Okay, students, we will be starting our first topic-wise revision. So our first topic is kinetic particle theory of chemistry 0620 extended syllabus. Um, Kinetic particle theory revolves around the states of matter. As we know that there are three states of matter that are included in your syllabus. One is solid, liquid, and the last one is gas. So we will be further studying those three states of matter in detail. So first of all, I would like to list the properties of those states of matter, as there are usual questions that are being asked in the past papers and in the exams. So our first state of matter is a solid, and there are many properties of solid. So first of all, we will enlist those properties. As we know that the particles in the solid are tightly packed and they are close together. As they are close together, solid becomes a solid. So our first property is they are tightly packed. Second one is closed together. Third one is they have regular arrangement due to their closeness like they are being close together, so hence they are having the regular arrangement among them. Moving on, regarding motion, the question usually asks that describe the motion or describe the motion of the solid particles. So I would like to give a heading of motion. Okay, so the motion of the solids, they have only vibrations. So we can write they vibrate about their fixed position. You have to remember this whole statement and you have to write as a statement. All in all, the second one is they have force of attraction. So this comes under the category of the attractive forces that they have, or attraction. So they have strong force of attraction. And moving on, the structure that defines that it is a solid has certain kind of properties. First one is that they have fixed shape, like they cannot move freely, hence they vibrate. So eventually they are having fixed shape and volume, and they are not compressible. Like if you compress the hard material, which is a solid, like if you compress a table, it would not bend, or eventually it would break, but it would not bend, and you can say it won't compress. So we can say that it isn't compressible. So these were the properties of the solid. And moving on, the liquid has some properties too. So first one is that they are loosely packed, as they are having a space around them. Loosely packed, or you can also say that they are close together relatively when you are comparing with the gas particles. Second one states that they have irregular arrangement, as we know that when we are like for instance, when we are shaking the water bottle, the water moves, so they have irregular arrangement. They can also slide and slip, or they can slip and slide over each other, giving the property of a liquid. Last one, it is relatively weaker compared to when you are comparing a liquid particle to a solid one. So you can say they have weak bonds, or they are weaker compared to solid. Now, to define the structure, we have these two properties of the structure when you're talking about the structure of a liquid. So they have no fixed shape, and they are having the fixed volume. Remember, question sometimes asks about the difference between the structure of a solid particle and a liquid particle. So you can say these two points and write these 2 points. And second one states that they have very slightly compressible, like they are very slightly compressible. For instance, if we compress a water to some extent we can, at the end there's a point that comes, and we cannot compress more. So that it also states that they are very slightly compressible. So moving on, third state of matter is a gas, and these gas particles have certain kind of properties too. So as we can say that they are usually far apart, and there are certain reasons for that. They have irregular arrangement, and the third one says that they move freely in all directions, because there's a less attraction of like you can say that there's low attractive forces between them, that they are keeping them together. So hence they move freely in all directions. You can also say that they have random movement. When you're talking about the movement of the gas particle, they have random movement. They have very weak attractive force, because it is the reason that they are moving freely in all directions. And they have the certain kind of structure properties. So these properties defines the structure of a gas particles, that they have no fixed shape or a volume, as we know, and they are easily compressible, because for instance, if we take an example, an LPG or a cylinder, they are having the compressible gas in it. So it is also an evidence that yes, it is easily compressible, and eventually they exert pressure because they are moving freely in all directions. So this was the lecture of today, and I hope you like it, and hope you learn something from these three structures, these three states of matter. And inshallah we will be moving on further tomorrow. Thank you so much.